Hi, Luke Pamonte here again for Music from the Inside. In one of my last videos, I touched upon the whole idea of my dysfunction is my superpower. Now, I believe very strongly in this phrase that I coined. Right there, I'm going to have it tattooed. My dysfunction is my superpower. I touched a little bit on this story in another video, but I'm going to say it again. When I was 12 years old, there was a piano in my parents' basement, and my sisters had been forced to take lessons, and they hated it, and they still can't play a note. Me, I put my hands on that piano and something happened to me. So I was classified as a hyperactive child. Basically, I'm ADHD, OCD, and I'm probably on the bottom of the autism spectrum. I stutter. I've been completely obsessed with number sequences my entire life, to the point where I do it in my sleep. I constantly have songs going through my head right now. Right now, I have the Succession theme going through my mind because we just did another video. So what happened was, with all of my attention going into so many different areas all at once, what happened when my hands hit that piano and I played those first chords and I started to find out what a C was and what an E was and what a G was. What happened is my attention that always was used to going out into 1,000 different directions at once went, and all of a sudden I was focused. And it was such a relief. It felt so good to only think about one thing. The piano was interesting enough to me that I didn't have to think about anything else. My brain was completely taken with what was going on under my fingers. And so I also have this theory. People do the things that make them feel better or make them feel good, period, whether it's playing hockey or having sex or whatever it is. And I know that the feeling that I have when I play music is it's so interesting to me that my brain doesn't need to go anywhere else. My errant brain, my non-resting brain doesn't need to go anywhere else, and I can focus on one thing. So it's a very calming feeling. So of course, I played the piano in the first years of playing 6 hours a day. My mother used to come down and said, "Do you want to come up and eat? Can I bring you a glass of water?" And they didn't know what the heck was happening. They couldn't pay my sisters to practice. And then me, child number 3, comes along, and they can't pull me off the piano. So my dysfunction, or my collection of dysfunctions, which there are a lot, the stuttering, ADHD, OCD, the numbers, that's another story. They came together to make me a very, very focused piano player, musician, arranger, whatever it is that I do. And I'm thankful for that. All I have to do is look at a bandstand. And what do I see? I see a smorgasbord of dysfunction. He's ADHD, he's OCD, he's like way off the charts, this guy. And drummers, I don't even know what drummers are thinking about with all the subdivisions of time and all the mathematics that are going on. But this is what allows them to be musicians and allows them to get their 10,000 hours in. I probably had my 10,000 hours in the first 3 years of playing. And you've got to get there so that when your hands hit your instrument of choice, it just feels natural. It's as natural as writing or doing this or clapping your hands at, playing the piano. It's as natural to me as anything I do in my life. When I look at some of my friends, some of the people I played with, Mark Jordan is terribly dyslexic. At his own admission, he picks up a book and he looks at the words and the letters are swimming on the page. I look at Kim Mitchell, who I toured with for a couple of years and who was a really good friend of mine. And he's got that fast lake thing going while he's driving us all over the country. He can't sleep at night. And I just see it in all of these guys. So in the future, I'm going to get a few of these guys over. I'm going to talk to them about the help and the hindrance that their dysfunctions have been in their careers as men in music or women. I'm looking forward to that. So until next time. Hi, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and by all means hit the subscribe button so we can keep improving.